Hi guys, today's video is going to be a first impressions of the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Foundation. It is a skin blurring tint. I've wanted to try this for a little while, so I'm super excited. I'm also testing out for you the new Fenty Beauty Bomb Posse eyeshadow palette, which I'm also super excited about. And I also bought their setting spray, so I'll be testing these three things out today. I am super excited. It's not going to be a wear test, it's just going to be a first impressions, and I might put notes down below of how the foundation wears just because it is quite late in the day already. But hopefully this goes well because I really wanted to try this foundation and I've heard good things. I've also heard bad things, so I guess we will see what happens. So as I said before, I will be popping on the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Foundation in the shade 4. I foundation tested it on the website and this is what it said would suit me, so hopefully it does. Ooh, I thought it was going to be like pull off, but it's twist. I'm just going to chuck it on with a brush today. I'm just going to use my Flower Beauty foundation brush, so I'm going to pop this on here. I feel like that was a lot. That's actually thicker. I thought this was going to be more liquidy than this, but anyway, let's see how we go. Okay, so that is the first layer done. I think I did a very thin layer, which I feel like I often do. I was worried I put too much on though with like the 3 drops, but also so a lot of it will probably sink into my brush. But I actually feel like it's done a really good job of covering up my redness, because I'm not sure if you saw it before, my face was actually quite pink. I felt like my face was getting really hot all of a sudden as well. I'm not sure why, but I could tell that it was pink on camera, and I feel like it's already done a really good job of covering that up. Obviously my nose is still a bit pink, but I feel like it's a bit less pink than it was before. I will chuck another layer of it on just to give it a little bit more coverage. And I feel like it's done a good job of like sort of decreasing the redness around like all my pimples, except for this one. This one's a bit of a... Oh no, even this one looks way better on camera. It looks pretty good in here too. But so far, so good. I feel like it looks gorgeous, like really like natural. It doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. Like I said, that was like a very thin layer, so maybe I've just done not enough foundation. But anyway, I will pop on another layer and I will be back to show you how it looks. I'll zoom you in this time. So far I am absolutely loving this foundation. I think it's sitting on my skin really well and doing a really good job of like covering up my imperfections. Obviously it's not a concealer, so you can still see a little bit of my dark circles peeking through and a little bit of my blemishes peeking through as well. But I actually feel like it's done such a good job for like a skin tint. I don't really notice any caking around. Oh no, you know what? I do think I have a little bit of like it like caking here, but I also have this like weird patch of like, I think there might be a blackhead there, and my skin has been a bit rough here lately, like textury, so I'm not sure what I've done, but I've done something wrong and I feel like it's like sticking to that a little bit. But I feel like if I didn't have that weird texture here right now, that it wouldn't be doing that. But apart from that, I really like it. I did notice it was a bit hard to take to my nose, like it didn't want to stick at the start, so I just kind of like got a little tiny drop on this and was like dabbing it in to my actual nose, and I think that like worked really well. I just had to like focus a bit more on this area to get it to stay, because my nose was really pink for some reason. I'm like, did I get sunburn today or something? I wasn't outside for very long, so that would be pretty shocking if I did. But anyway, so far so good. I am loving this. Like I said before, I will let you know how this goes for the rest of the time that I wear it, which is only going to be a few hours, but I'm also thinking that I'm going to try and wear it for like the next few days, so I will write notes down below on how it goes when I wear it again. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish off the rest of my makeup up until eyes, and then I'll be back to go through the palette with you, which I'm really excited about because it's absolutely stunning. Okay guys, so I have done that, and I have really highlighted the tip of my nose, apparently, according to my camera. Okay, now that I'm looking in my mirror, I can see how highlighted that is. Whoops. Oh well. We're gonna have like a damn shiny ass nose. Whoops. Okay guys, so the next item that I will be going through with you is of course the palette, which is the Bomb Posse palette, which is this absolutely stunning palette with a lot of like neutral sort of natural looking shades that I am obsessed with. So it has 12 shades, 6 of which are mattes and 6 of which are shimmers, and they are all absolutely stunning. And actually if you look at the back of the palette, it breaks them down into 3 sections. So we've got Fussy, Fenty Glow, and Hot Chocolate. Lit as in like lit, which is really cute. On the back of the actual palette, it says it is a mega mix and match eyeshadow palette. And again, it has like the breakdown of the 3 different like sections of the palette. This is just an absolutely gorgeous palette. And to me, from the looks of it, I feel like this could be like, you know, an everyday palette and like a glam palette all in one. Like it's everything you need if you just want like one palette to do it all. I'll test it out though, obviously, to see if it's actually good enough. But anyway, okay, so I've just done a quick little Google and these are all new shades. So they're not featured on any of their 6-pan palettes that they have. Those 6-pan ones clip together as well. And this one actually is capable of clipping onto another palette that they just released, which is their highlight palette, which was really nice. But I really wanted the eyeshadow palette, so I just thought I'd get this one and try this first before I, you know, invested in the other side of the clip on palette. But anyway, let's get into this. I think my look's gonna be pretty sort of like normal today because it's like really late and I'm pretty tired, so I'm not sure if I feel like doing anything like super massive. So to start off with, I'm gonna pop into this shade here, which is called Bare Buns, which is really cute. They have really cute names and they're easy to read. Thank you, Fenty, for making it easy for me to tell people which shades I'm using, because usually I find it so difficult. Wow. I feel like these are super blendable from just that, like, what, 2 dabs on my eyelid. Next up, I'm going to take a thick sort of pencil brush and just pop into that same shade with it and run that along my lower lash line. Next up, I'm going to take a little fluffy brush and pop into the deepest shade here called Get This Bread. And the S in the this has a $sign as an S. And I'm just going to focus this really in my outer corners, just like right here, and blend it a little bit into my crease. I think we're just going for like a super subtle smoky eye, like bam, look at that, smoky. These are amazing though, like they blend like a dream. And they're very pigmented, but like it blends out quite easily. So it's like, I don't have to worry about going too far too quickly. And next up, I'm going to pop into this deep shade here called Hot Chocolate, which is really cute, with my finger. And I'm going to pop that in the middle of my lid, like right here. Oh, stunning. Why do I always look at my mirror when I've got one in my hand? I never use eyeshadow palette mirrors. Whoops. I'm always like, check out this amazing mirror, and then I never use it. So just like here, in like pretty much the middle section of my eyelid, like I don't want to go too far into my outer corner and I don't want to go too far into my inner corner either. Okay, and next up I'm going to pop into this shade here called, what are you called? Down the bottom, Fenty Glow. Cute, which is like the name of one of their highlighters and also one of their lip glosses. I have the lip gloss, I think in the cream one, and I think I have the glitter one too. I think I have both, yeah, and I have the highlight too. Oh, I should have put them all on today. And this one is just gonna go from like my inner corner, sort of, not quite my inner corner, but just like the inner part of my lid, let's say. I'm just gonna blend it up a bit into that other shade. There we go. Blend it back to. Really need to make sure they're blended together because like I feel like it really kind of stood out there. So I'm just kind of going back and forth between the 2 shades, just making sure they're like blending together, like I said. Wow, need to figure out better ways to say these things, or like more ways to say these things. And last up, I'm going to pop into this little pink shade here called Ballerina, and that will be my inner corner highlight. I'm just going to grab a little flat shader brush for that and pop in here, and hopefully that applies okay actually. Oh, that's actually like quite pink. Pinker than I expected. I always like to brush it up a little bit to like blend it into the lid colors. Doesn't have as much as a pop as I thought it would. I will say, okay, I do feel like this palette for lighter skin tones, it doesn't have the best inner corner colors. Like, you know, sort of like a pearly sort of color. Like it has this, which is good. Like you could use this, but I personally love like a like it's sort of like glittery, like shimmery, sort of like metallic inner corner color, so it really like pops. Whereas this is quite subtle, but maybe it's because it's like definitely glitter as well. Like there are little specks of glitter in it that I can see. Well, maybe I just need to put more on, but I don't know. It is quite pink as well, and I don't often put pink in the corner of my eye. It is nice though, I will say. It's very subtle. I like it. I just don't know if I love it. Just for me personally, I prefer like I said, like a quite a like pearly sort of looking highlight for my inner corners. Like even like the color of a pearl as well. Like that is what I like. But this is very beautiful and I do really like it, and I honestly think these eyeshadows are gorgeous. Okay, next up I'm going to pop into a thinner pencil brush and just go into this shade at the end. Not that much. The Get This Bread shade, and I'm going to pop this on my outer corner, just on my lower lash line, like so. I just want to like run it a little bit along my lid too, just like this. Kind of wing it out a little bit. Just like a faint like wing. Very little wing too, like not going very far, but I just like it. Like a bit of a smoky wing, because I was thinking I'd do winged eyeliner like with a liquid eyeliner, but I don't feel like going that far today, so I think I'm gonna just stop with like this sort of thing. And I got like a sort of like sultry smoky eye sort of going, which I am loving, and I'm honestly loving these eyeshadows. The only thing that I would change about this palette is honestly I would probably make this shade, because I almost never use shades like this. So if this was my palette, I would have made this like a shimmery shade in like this color, but like sparkly to put in my inner corners. But that's like the only thing that I would change, honestly. And I will use that for some things. It's just I rarely reach for a color like this, but that's just me. I know that other people would use that for like actual, you know, things, like people that are better at makeup than me and can do more. But this is just like my sort of thing. Like a basic lady eyeshadow palette is what I like. But apart from that, I honestly think this eyeshadow palette is stunning. And even if this was the only eyeshadow palette you had and you didn't like any of these colors for an inner corner highlight, and you like inner corner highlights, you could just use the highlight that you use on your face as an inner corner highlight as well. So that's like completely fine. Just want to blend this a little bit more. I'm just putting a bit more of that hot chocolate shade just up here, smoking it out a bit more. I'm kind of trying to make the wing a little bit more sharp on this side by blending out the edges, but I've not done that at all because this side looks so good. There we go. Oh my god, I love it so much. I honestly love this palette and I love this eye look. I love these eyeshadows. I've never used Fenty eyeshadows before. I wanted to buy their little 6-pan palettes for so long, but I just was never sure which ones to get. And because I was always like, oh, I sort of have palettes that look like that. And to be honest with you, I have probably a lot of palettes that look like this. I just really thought it was absolutely stunning. And I'm really glad that I bought it because it's beautiful and I love it so much. Just in case you wanted to see it as well, I did a quick little set of swatches for you of the entire palette. You can see they are beautiful. They're just absolutely stunning. They feel beautiful on. They feel like beautiful like in the pan as well. And it is definitely a palette that I would recommend. If you were interested in purchasing it, I would say do it. But anyway guys, I am going to finish up that eye look with some black eyeliner, just like in my waterline and tight line, and some mascara. And I will be back to try out the setting spray with you. That is all done, guys. Let's chuck on some setting spray. So this is the Baby What It Do setting spray, and it preps skin, refreshes makeup, and gives an instant hydration fix on the fly. I did buy the travel size, as you may be able to tell, because I have so many setting sprays, and I didn't want to get another full size one because I have so many, and I had heard this one was really good. I'm just not 100% sure if it has the same like nozzle that the normal one has, and I think the normal one has like a good spray, so I'm afraid this won't have a good spray. I'm just gonna okay. Whew, that's fine. And it smells lovely. Is it lavendery? It might be lavendery. Flower leaf. What do I smell? What do I smell? Lavandula. Is that lavender? Lavender. Okay, lavender. Lavender flower water is what it has. So that explains why I can smell lavender. Okay, let's do this. Holy shit. Guys, okay, that all just went into my mouth. But I actually think this is the finest mist I have ever had the pleasure. I'm still breathing it in. And it tastes nice. I'm not going to lie. It tastes sweet, which is weird because it's like smells like flowers. This is the finest mist I have ever sprayed on my face. It did not even feel like my face was getting wet. That was so strange. Okay, no, it does. It definitely feels like it's getting wet. But this is the finest mist I've ever sprayed on my face. I've probably used like half of this thing up now. Okay, it's definitely going in my mouth. I need to stop leaving my mouth open so wide. But like, I feel like I'm already dry. Holy crap. And look how dewy I look. Oh my god. Okay, because it's like what it do, as in like do, what it do. If you didn't get that before, if you didn't read it on the damn packet, that is amazing. This could be my new favorite setting spray. I was like obsessed with the Rare Beauty one, and it's amazing and I love it, but I do not think that mist was that fine. Let me just... Okay. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Okay, no. Okay, it's definitely not as fine. And now I've like ruined this setting mist. Just like test by putting that on my face. I hope that doesn't matter. I put on so many setting sprays now. My face is definitely wet in the center now because that's where all that one went. But oh my god, I was so impressed because like, whew, honestly, up until now, that was my favorite setting spray. And now I think this is. I will say as well, when I did my waterline and tightline with my pencil, I accidentally drew on my eyelid on this side, so I drew a tiny bit on my eyelid on this side, and then I kind of rubbed it out with my pencil and rubbed it out again with the pencil brush that I used for the deeper shade, just to kind of like smoke it out a bit and disguise the error, which I think worked really well. But it might just look a little bit smokier than it did before, a little bit deeper, which I like. I'm not gonna lie, I think it looks really nice, but just in case you notice the difference. But anyway, guys, that is all the products that I bought from Fenty, and I'm honestly so excited. I've dabbled with Fenty before, like their lip glosses, their highlights, their cream blushes and bronzers. They're the only cream bronzer that I own, and I actually really enjoy all their products. I don't reach for cream products that much, which I really should, because I know they are super in right now, and they just give you that like youthful sort of glow, which I have going on right now thanks to this baby. But honestly, so far so good with all these products. Eyeshadow palette, amazing. Foundation, loving it. Super natural. I think it did a pretty freaking damn good job of covering all the redness that I had on my face, from my like cheeks to my nose to my blemishes, as I said before. This one's kind of hard to cover because I accidentally picked it. I'm so bad with skin stuff. I like, as soon as they're on my chin, I find like I just like pick at them and squeeze them and stuff. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done the best job of my forehead either. I honestly don't know what the hell has happened. My skin used to be so decent, and now it's just like, let's have everything. I think this is what happens when you get older. It comes back to haunt you. But honestly, like even this texture here, like I feel like I have like thick ass blackheads or something, like just here, not even like on my nose, which is usually where they come. Here. I will say though, I feel like maybe a little bit the foundation doesn't want to super stick to my nose, because like I can just see this, like the pinkness, the redness of my nose is like sticking through right now. It's like peeking through right now. Apart from that though, there's a tiny bit of it sticking in my smile lines. Not at all in this one, but a tiny bit in this one, because this one's a little bit deeper if you haven't noticed. And maybe the tiniest bit of it sticking to like the skin here. I think I'm a bit dry here, to be honest with you. And yeah, maybe a bit here, or maybe it's like my oily areas actually. My mascara is flaking. It's like old and I think it might be off, and now it's flaking. But guys, I am super impressed with all of these products. I definitely am really enjoying this so far. I love the way it feels on my skin. I love a light, like sort of like feel foundation. Like I like something like, it just doesn't feel like I've got anything on my face. I don't like feeling like my skin is like suffocating, which I don't think anyone feels like. Like I don't think anyone enjoys that. But this is really nice. One of my favorite foundations is the CoverGirl Skin Milk foundation, and I feel like this is very similar. It has a very similar feel and like coverage to that, but I'm not sure if it's like exactly the same, but I love that foundation, so I feel like I'm gonna love this foundation. I'll have to keep testing it out though, and I'll be sure to let you know, but honestly I really like it so far, and I will definitely be reaching for this foundation, especially for like natural sort of days. But I mainly wear foundation sort of like naturally. I'm not like a full coverage kind of gal. I like a bit of like, you know, my freckles peeking through and stuff. But I just feel like it looks like, especially on camera, like this, it looks freaking good. I might just quickly zoom you in just so you can see up close, and then you can get your own sort of opinion on it. But I have like all these pimples in my hairline too. It's really annoying me because I keep scratching them. I'm really bad with pimples. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I am. I'm so pink. I don't know why my face is so hot. I must have gotten sunburnt today or something, because like, also I'm not sure if you can tell, I keep being a bit messy when I'm putting on my eye primer, and I keep getting it like down here, and then it gets like this like weird little cakey part of like my eye primer where it just, you can't like really blend it out because I don't notice until it's dry, and then it's like there. So if you notice anything weird here, it's because of the eye primer. Because apart from that, I honestly think this foundation is gorgeous. Like if I go back to work, well, you know, when we're going back to working in an office and stuff, I feel like I would wear this every day, because I feel like when I work in an office and stuff, I like wear makeup like every day. I will be wearing this every day. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you back out. But anyway guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the products that I use or anything that I did, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you would like to like this video or subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate that too. And hopefully I will see you soon. Hi guys. Oh my god, my eye just got so itchy. Hay fever season is not my friend. So the next and so I have all have stuff on my face. What have I done? I've got dirt on my face. Covering. I might just quickly zoom you in. Ooh, the wrong way.